Hello there, Alaskans, wherever you are. Welcome to the Must Read Alaska Show. Coming to you from somewhere in Alaska. This is the place where we talk about, you guessed it, Alaska. Where we keep the mainstream media on their toes and where we are standing up for what's right in a world run by leftists. You can find out more by heading over to mustreadalaska.com and also checking out the Must Read Alaska YouTube channel for some really great content. But first, let's get this party started.
Well, welcome everybody to the Must Read Alaska Show. I'm your host, John Quick, coming to you live from somewhere in Alaska. And we have a three-peat today. We have 3 episodes that we are doing today. It's quite the busy day here at Must Read Alaska. I want to thank everybody that tunes in, listens, watches, and reads Must Read Alaska. We are so grateful for folks that do that. We have millions of people that visit our website every month. And this show is very popular, oftentimes in the top 200 on iTunes in 4 different countries simultaneously. So people are obsessed with Alaska, and we take full advantage of that. And we love that folks listen to what's happening here in Alaska. And we love having just a wide variety of guests on the show. And we want to thank everybody that helps keep the lights on here at Must Read Alaska. We're not funded by some dark web nonprofit conglomerate. We're just funded by everyday folks who care about conservative news in Alaska and donate $5 at a time, $10 at a time. So if that is you, thank you. If you want to help keep the lights on, just go to mustreadalaska.com. On the right-hand side, there's a little donate button, which is very exciting. But without further ado, I have a very special guest today, the executive director of the Iron Dog, which is a huge race, very popular race in Alaska. Mike, welcome to the Must Read Alaska Show.
John, thanks for having me on today. It's appreciate being here.
So, Mike, for those folks that have been living under a rock for the last several years, tell folks about the Iron Dog and how the heck it started in the first place.
No problem. Hopefully they haven't been living under a rock for 39 years, because this is the 39th running of the Iron Dog this year. The Iron Dog race is a snow machine, world's toughest, longest snow machine race across Alaska, covering about 2,500 miles is the course currently. Teams must travel in pairs, and we have about 22 checkpoints that they need to go through, and each team cannot leave a checkpoint without their partner. So you can't have one guy that's really fast and one guy that's really slow and win. You have to be teamed up with good partners, and you never know what Mother Nature is going to throw at us. She has always raises her head somewhere throughout the race and causes some issues, but right now everything's looking good for this year's race. The start is at Big Lake. Multiple starts. Things really actually kick off next week with the Safety and Tech Expo luncheon, open to the public at February 14th, which is Valentine's Day, at the Menard Center in Wasilla. And there'll be a great afternoon for people to come out and meet all the riders, racers of all the classes. We have there's a pro class, which has 25 teams in it. We have an expedition class, which has about 6 riders in it. And then we started a new what's called an ambassador class 2 years ago, and our ambassador class is made up of dignitaries from different industries that support the race. So kind of interesting. The pro class will do the whole 2,500 miles, which leaves Big Lake, goes up through along the coast through Unalakleet, then up the coast to Kotzebue, then back down, and we'll end up in Nome around the 20th or the 21st for the halfway wrench session and banquet, and then end up back in Big Lake on February 25th. The expedition class will start their ride next Wednesday, the 15th, from Big Lake. They'll traverse through Alaska at a slower pace and end up in Nome somewhere around Saturday, Sunday, Monday to attend the halfway banquet. And the ambassador class will follow most of them as well along the way.
That's awesome. It sounds like you guys have quite the repertoire of events, and you'll be super busy next week. Take us back a little bit to how you first got involved. You're now the director of the Iron Dog. Have you been involved for all 39 years? What did it look like for you to first get involved in the Iron Dog?
I first got involved with the Iron Dog when I was a vice president of a large corporation, and we were partners in the event for a long, long time, meaning 10, probably 15 years. And then in 14, I actually raced the Iron Dog with a good partner who is now our board president, Doug Dixon. And it evolved into stepped in during COVID and helped them run the Iron Dog during COVID, and then left for a year and became a board member to now the executive director in position now for, we'll see how far we go, but things are looking really, really good.
Does this set to be probably the biggest year ever for the Iron Dog?
In multiple fashions, yes. It's the biggest year, that it's the largest, most the prize package we have in our raffle contingent is the largest raffle we've ever had. If you haven't got your raffle tickets, go to irondog.org. You can buy raffle tickets up through the 25th. We have a truck, Ram truck given by Anchorage Chrysler Dodge. We have a enclosed snowmobile trailer given by Big Bubba's Trailers. We have round trip airfare tickets from Alaska Airlines and $10,000.
Wow.
Yeah, we have a climb apparel package. We have a really nice e-bike, mountain bike from Alaska e-bike, an Alpine Creek Lodge stay, and really nice 2022 Polaris RMK from Hatcher's Pass Polaris. So the prize package is really, really nice.
That's awesome, Mike. That sounds like some top tier epic prizes that people could win. I mean, a brand new truck, $10,000. I mean, kudos to you, because I know that kind of stuff just doesn't necessarily fall in people's laps. It takes a lot of hard work, takes 39 years of doing this day in and day out, and it takes a lot of relationships. And so I'm sure that you and the board work very hard to do that. So kudos to you.
Yeah, and then stepping into the next realm, those are the prizes that most anybody can win. And then when you move over into the race, this will be the largest purse ever in Iron Dog history. $200,000 will be awarded to the top 10 teams, along with about $50,000 in contingent prizes for the field in different various segments and qualifiers in order for those prizes to be won. So things are great. From a rider standpoint, it's a very large field, but not the largest.
So we might have people like a business that's listening to this podcast today and think, holy crap, this Iron Dog thing is wildly successful. I need to sponsor this Iron Dog. How could somebody sponsor? Is it too late? How do they go about that? Who do they contact?
Sponsors we could not do what we do without the sponsors we have. More importantly, we couldn't do what we do without the volunteer, I call it Iron Dog Nation, across rural Alaska and in the metropolitan areas. Without sponsors, without volunteers, we would not be able to do what we're doing. And we're most gracious for all of those people who contribute time and monetary value dollars to us. It's never too late to sponsor. I do not believe in sponsor packages. I believe in tailoring my sponsor programs with individuals that caters to what they need and what they want to get out of the race. So anybody has an interest in doing either of those can contact me at the Iron Dog office or at director@irondog.org. Would be more than happy to talk to you about either of those opportunities.
Well, I hope folks call you. I think that you guys have done a great job of putting this thing together. If somebody's also, let's say they're listening to this podcast and they just like, how do I watch this thing? Where do I go? Can I tune into TV? Is it going to be on YouTube? Can I show up physically somewhere to watch this? Give us those details.
For that standpoint, we're We don't have any TV packages, but we got a great partnership with South Anchorage High School Media Team and Lee Butterfield. They've been a partner of Iron Dog for about 14 years probably, and they do a great job with our media streaming. They do everything they can to stream all of our events over our website. And as the students go on and learn their roles with media, Lee has had lots of success. He has some graduates at Netflix. He has some graduates at Amazon. So it's a very good program that he's put together, and we're very appreciative to have him on board.
So, and then my guess is people could show up to Big Lake or Anchorage to physically see some of this in person as well.
Yeah, so when you want to watch it in person, the 14th for sure, the Menard Center is going to be a great day for people to attend and see and visit with racers, riders. First time that the expedition and ambassador classes will be available for people to look at their machines and visit with them about what they're about ready to embark on. Then the 15th, as we talked earlier about, the expedition start is at 11 a.m. on the 15th in Big Lake in front of Susitna Brewing Company. And then the pro class start is on February 17th in front of Susitna Brewing Company on Big Lake as well. Then you'll be able to look, if you happen to travel to Nome, you could be at the Nome halfway banquet, which is at the mini convention center in Nome. And then the finish will be back at Big Lake for the pro class on February 25th I'm expecting the first team in around noon to Big Lake and back where they started in front of Susitna Brewing Center. My goal this year, we've added a day to the race, kind of testing the waters on some things, but my goal this year is to have all the teams that are going to finish within about a 3-hour window at Big Lake. So it should be pretty exciting.
That's awesome. Well, Mike, before we head off here, do you have any last minute thoughts or things you wanted to chat about? The floor is yours.
No, we're just lots of things are developing for Iron Dog. My commitment in this role as executive director is to give back to communities that have given to us for a long, long time. And we're doing some cool things with the helmet safety program across rural Alaska, and we're looking to develop that further next year. We've also paralleled our efforts with Alaska Safe Riders and seminars for kids, which is becoming very, very popular. I'm also now working with the Kids Don't Float program with Rotary, and looking to do some life jackets for Kids Don't Float this summer with Iron Dog on them. So the real commitment from Iron Dog is to give back to the communities that support us so much over the years and into the future. And I believe the future is really, really bright for Iron Dog. There's lots of things going on. Hopefully next year, in the 40th year of running Iron Dog, I'm hoping to have a $250,000 purse next year. So we're starting to attract people from around the world. I'm getting calls from teams that want to come ride the expedition class from Russia. I had a call from Finland last week.
Nice.
I had a call a month ago from 8 Navy SEALs in San Diego that wanted to do winter training. I hopefully I'll have them back for next year because they were just short of the deadline to enter in. And to be honest with you, we're full right now. So things are looking really good. And again, we couldn't do it without the support of sponsors, volunteers, and I'm very humbled to lead the organization with a great board of directors for Iron Dog.
Well, awesome work, Mike, to you and the board and all your volunteers. Alaska is lucky to have you. You've really taken the Iron Dog to the next level, and it's going to be exciting to see what is to come in the next several years. It's always a good thing to run out of space early, and I hope that lots of people tune in. And if you're a business that's listening and you thought to yourself, oh man, this would be an awesome thing to support, we'll leave a link to the Iron Dog in the description of the podcast. And please get in touch with the Iron Dog. They're doing big things, and I'm sure that they would love for your business to be a part of it. So thank you so much, Mike, for joining us. We wish you nothing but success here at Must Read Alaska. You're welcome back anytime. We'd love to have you on. Maybe after we could talk about who won and all that kind of stuff. But until next time, I'm John Quick signing off from somewhere in Alaska.